we work at the training group at Douglas College.
We'd like to tell you about a research project we recently completed called the National Framework for Essential Skills. We did this project in partnership with the Association of Canadian Community Colleges, and it was funded by the Office of Literacy and Essential Skills, a department of HRSDC.
The reason we participate in this project is that over 40% of Canadians lack the skills they need for success in work, learning, and life. In fact, a recent research shows that up to 32% of college students also lack these skills.
The objective of the project is to codify an essential skills learning approach that has national application.
So we invited students from commerce and business and health sciences to participate in weekly study sessions where we gave them the learning strategies they need for success in school. I'd like to introduce you to 4 of our students. We have Joyanne Terry from the Future Teachers Program, Matthew Torrey and Carmen Chalas from nursing, and Barb McCall from the Animal Health Technology Program. They'd like to share with you what they have learned.
The numbers with the test that we did, to me, they're numbers, but when I saw that jump, right, and one of my instructors is here, Raymond Yu, and he definitely can tell you that when I started his class, I was failing the tests, and just implementing the skills, B plus, yeah.
I've taken a couple courses in university, and I knew that they were really demanding, and I work part-time, almost full-time, plus I go to school full-time, and so if there was anything that was going to help me succeed in this program, I needed to do it, and this program definitely does it. Like, just being able to give me those skills to help me study and succeed helps me manage my time so well. It's incredible. So yeah, it's been great for me.
So I think that finding a way to implement it, and it's not to say people aren't smart, it's not to say they can't learn it on their own, but just to have that, what's it called, like when you want to succeed and you just want that trick, that thing that'll get you further, this is that. This is exactly it. It'll just help you get that much better than where you are now. And for those people like me that were struggling from day one, it makes such a difference. I mean, I was struggling and I was always stressed, and now I have a better way, and it's very helpful.
And the strategies there were just, totally saved me, because, I mean, in this program, there's 250 pages a week that we're reading, plus other things on top of it. It is thick. And so when I just had that confirmation that I didn't have to read every single page I just think it was that moment where I was like, aha, this is how they do it. So, it's been a very valuable experience to me.
And you think to yourself, I might read like a book over like 6 months. How is that possible? And even if it's possible to actually read all that text, how can you retain it? And of course, you're not supposed to retain everything. Now the question is, what are we supposed to retain? What's important for the quiz, the midterm, whatever it is that we need to know? And really, to me, the essential skills really help hone in those that type of focus with what we would need. I thought the how-to learning of the essential skills was so important for me. It really helped with my studies, I thought.
Because I'm a slow reader and the text that we have to read is so intense, I'd say the best skill for me was how to, what do you call that, the speed reading thing? Like where you scan the book so you can find the answers. I found that was huge, because I would go and I'd look at a big page and I'd be like scanning with my eyes, but I'd never see what I had to find. And Kat said, no, until you know how to do this, you have to use your finger, follow it. And it made, I know that sounds ridiculous, but it made the most valuable difference for me, because now I'm going down and of course you're following it and you'll see the word you're looking for and you're like, finally, I've been looking for that answer for an hour.
Probably the most helpful thing that I learned was we had like a five-step kind of process in writing a paper, which Kat helped me with, and really just following that structure of how to do it, like, the brainstorming part, mind mapping and whatnot, and formulating the different paragraphs, and each one had it was a very logical sequence, whereas before it's kind of like I'm just sitting there trying to think of ideas of what to write. And my papers definitely improved.
And also I went down to have help with pharmacology. Kat didn't necessarily teach me pharmacology, however she taught me how to read the textbook that I was afraid to open because it was that intimidating to me. I listened differently and I took notes differently. Kat said, don't take notes frantically to memorize what they're saying word for word. Take notes to understand what they're saying. And I'm a word for word person. They would put up slides, and if the slide was any different than our slide, I'd be writing everything down frantically because I don't want to miss it. What if that's the thing they test us on? And so I'm writing frantically, and that made a huge difference when she said, don't do it to memorize it, do it to understand. So write notes that help you understand that concept rather than, and that's a change that it made for me in my classes.
It's kind of like you're drowning when you don't have these skills. Like, oh my gosh, the teacher's saying this, the text is saying this, these are the expectations. But bringing the skills in where, okay, well, this is exactly what I need to take notes, this is how I need to listen, 100% that changed in the class.
I work in a hospital. I'm a pharmacy technician. So document use is not my strong point. And in a pharmacy, everything is documents. So yeah, it affected my work for sure. I feel like I'm a bit more confident in those areas, and I think in a way it helps just in regular conversation, those listening skills and trying to pick out those important parts in everyday conversation, I think helps. I think it's just a basic communication skill that everybody could use.
Outside of school, I work with a nonprofit organization, so I was able to actually increase what I'm doing at work. Again, document usage is a big deal. How do we read documents? How do we grasp information? I was able to start actually looking at the policies of the organization and adding to it, because again, I could see, and it became very, very easy. So my bosses are very, very happy with me.